In this clip, he's the guy with the beard. By the way, his beard already has a Facebook page. Here. Well, Wes, apparently we're not getting any audio here. So, can you kind of fill in all the words? Or?
Yeah. You play the scene?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Come on in.
All right.
Your beard has. Someone just sent me your beard has a Facebook page.
Yeah. I guess so.
What is it? Your beard is bigger than you are now.
I know. So I don't know if I have a Facebook page. But...
Well, and the beard is a little scary, as so many things are in this movie.
Yeah. Right here. Okay.
Yes.
You know, when I saw the movie, I mean, I already told you, I think it's beyond brilliant. I'm wondering, when you were making it, because there was so much secrecy, did you guys think, oh, this is good?
Oh, I love the books, so it's hard to go wrong with that kind of source material. But Gary Ross is an amazing director.
I actually think it's easy to go wrong
Oh,
with that
really?
kind of source material because so many people love the book. You want to make sure that they will love the movie.
I guess in that way you can go wrong because everyone has a particular feeling about a book like this. But Gary Ross is an amazing director, and I think what he did with it was fantastic, and you could feel that while we were shooting.
And now you've had an interesting career. You've had like two parts to your career, if it's fair to say it that way. But this is going to change everything. Little girls will be all over you for the rest of your life. You know that.
I guess so. Yeah. It's strange because usually I for a long time I was doing independent films, nothing like this, and big budget. Yeah, I have no idea what it's going to be like, to be honest. But
well, it starts today, so it does start today. It starts with these inane kind of questions.
Right.
Yeah, right.
It starts right now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not an inane question. I remember meeting you at American Beauty, and it's funny because I think you have been in two of the most interesting and provocative movies that I've ever seen in my lifetime, this one and American Beauty.
Wow.
And I remember interviewing you then and thinking that you were brilliant, and then you just disappeared.
Yeah. I did, yeah. That was a special movie and a special character and something hard to follow up. And I had a hard time dealing with that. I really wanted something special, and while I was looking and not working, I fell into a lot of the trappings of being in Hollywood and a young actor and a young star.
Cocaine addiction.
Yeah. Cocaine addiction, heroin addiction.
Part of it is it's all around.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's the circles you end up having to run in because.
Yeah.
But not heroin. I mean, my God, you say heroin addiction like.
No, but
sure,
you'd be surprised at how.
It's pretty
it is.
prevalent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more prevalent than you might think. It's there, and so I fell into that, and it was, it became a cliche. I really, the way I would always pictured it is I started with something really special, and I forced it into a cliche kind of life, and
you snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and I did it to myself, and I just feel so lucky to be in something like this. And
well, you're also, I don't know if you want the responsibility, but you are an indicator for people. You are a caution for people and a role model because you've come back.
Absolutely. I actually like the responsibility. Okay. I like talking about it. Some people don't like talking about it when they recover. I actually do because I want to help people. I was sitting at home watching shows like this, and when I saw like Robert Downey Jr. talking about it, or anybody talking about it, made me want to get sober, even though I might not have at the time. So I want to do the same.
You know what? Take a moment, because there are people watching in L.A. who right now are in that life.
If I was talking to myself and they're just like where I was, I'd say there's a way out. There's a way out, but you have to take one step. You just have to take one step and admit where you are, and then the rest will kind of follow. And get yourself out of it.
And relapsing, because a lot of people give up when they relapse. It's just another step on the road to recovery. Because you went through that, right?
I know. Well, I've seen that written. I actually didn't have a relapse. I had attempted to go to a rehab, but I hadn't actually.
I see.
It was more of an effort of a court thing, I wasn't really ready. So I don't consider that a relapse because I didn't make a real effort. When I then the real effort, then it all changed.
Get ready for the girls.
You didn't talk to us about the movie. Can I just, and I'll just say this because you can't answer it anyway. There is one thing that is different from the book, and there aren't too many things that are different, and it involves you. And I think it's a good twist.
Yeah, it's really cool for fans of the books.